Hey everybody, and welcome back to UE5 BP Guru. Today's episode is going to be all about health and how to take it away and add it to the player. In the last episode we basically set up the project that we see now, and we also sorted out the camera and some of the basic movement elements. As you can see, with the mouse we can now move around, we can run and walk backwards, left and right, things like that, and we can see our body. We set this up in a third person template instead of a first person template. That way we can now see the body and hands. But yeah, check out the last episode if you want to see how to set those sort of basic things up. But without further ado, let's come out of this and start. So what we're going to do is go into our content drawer and go into the BP third person character. And we now want to go to our event graph. We was here before, we now want to come over to this event graph so we can see all of this lovely stuff. You can see these few setup blueprints. They're basically just for like camera movements and jumping and things like that. We don't need to touch them at this point in time. What we do need to do is come down the left hand side where it says variables, click variable, and we want to add in max health. And we want to change that to a float, and we want to add one more, and we want to make that current health, and that will also be a float. Compile at the top left, and then what we can do is change those values on the right hand side. I'm going to make these both 100. You can have it that when the player spawns it sets the health to 100. However, it's a lot of extra code just for the fact that you could just set the default to 100. But that means that if you do want to change the max health value down the line to maybe 200, you will also have to change your current health at the same time. You always have to remember to change both, so that when the player spawns in, it will always have the same as the max. Now that we've done that, there's literally nothing else to do in here for now. What we do want to do is go into our third person map, open up the content drawer, come down to user, sorry, I'm jumping ahead, right click, come down to user interface and open a widget blueprint. Doesn't matter, just click user blueprint, that's fine. And we'll call this player HUD. Now this isn't going to be our official HUD, we're just going to use this as a method to show and test stuff down, as we make things down the line. In the top where it says search palette, we want to click canvas, so we get a canvas panel, drag it in, and that will be that. It should be set up as a standard size, so that's all good. Get rid of the canvas and put in a progress bar like so, and drag one in. You can make this any shape and size. You can even change them to different shapes if you want to. We're just going to use the standard one for now to make sure everything works, of course. So come down. I like to change the color for health to red. I think it looks a lot more smarter. If you go to progress, it says percentage. Just play with that bar and make sure it does fill up, and it is red. At the top here it says anchors. We want to anchor this to the bottom left so that it stays here. If you don't add one of these in, when you press play, it'll just basically be somewhere random. It never sits where it should do. And the next thing we want to do is we want to actually now give this a value so that the health bar goes up and down along with the player's health. So we come to this fill color and occupancy again. No, we don't. We go up, we go to progress, and we go to percentage, sorry. Just here, click bind and create the binding. It'll open up automatically to this, and now we just need to add in a few bits and bobs to make it work. So the first thing we want to do is we want to cast to third person character, like so. We want to come off of this and say get player character, like so. There we go. And just, you can have, if you want messy code, or you want to lay it out, if you want to put it up here, you can do whatever you want. As long as this is connected to this, it'll work fine. Off of this, we want to now get our variables, so we want to get max health, and we want to pull off of that again and get current health, like so. There we go. And then we want to divide. I did make the mistake of putting subtract first. Don't do this, because what that'll do is set your value to 0, and essentially that means your character's dead. It'll have no health. You want to divide it so that it will always take this value and amend this value, and you'll be left with like a 0.6 or whatever, and it'll work out between 0 and 1 where your health should be at on that progress bar. But that's literally it. So max health, current health, put that into a divide and add it into the return value. Do not divide your current health by your max health. Always make sure you divide your max by your current, because that will sit less, and then if you divide it by 1, it'll just mess the whole thing up basically. Cool. So that should be that. So you can, just for now I'm going to drag it over there to make sure it actually works. But if you press play, we will have nothing there. Of course we won't, because we need to add that now to the viewpoint. So come to a space wherever you want, right click, put in event begin play. It's there, and what this does is that every time the game starts or the player is spawned in, this will run a code basically. It takes like a second, as long as you're not doing too much. It'll take literally a second, and when the player spawns in, everything should have already run on this by that time. So pull off of this and create widget, like so. Really simple, easy stuff. Owning player is self, so you don't need to do anything with that. And then you, on the drop down of class, you want to click player HUD. Nice and simple. This now just needs to be added to the viewport, like so. There we go. And now you'll see the difference once you've compiled. Click back on the map, click play, and now we have a health bar. Simple as that. And that will stay on our screen no matter how we look. It's a bit long, it's a bit big, it's a bit ugly, but it doesn't matter. It's just for testing purposes for now, and we'll get a proper one as soon as possible. But simple as that. There we go. Now we just need to get it to work, and the way to test that is to create a bounds. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a blueprint class. We're going to create an actor. We'll call this do damage BP. We won't be keeping this for long. Again, it is just a test, so all we're going to do is put it somewhere in the world. It doesn't really matter, but open it up as well. Inside, just click add and find a box collision. Box collision. And then what we want to do is call this nothing, doesn't matter actually. What we want to do is click back on box, and on the right hand side, if you scroll down, we have a couple of events we can add in. We want to have on component begin overlap. Click on it again and get on component end overlap. Now what we want to do is from other actor, we want to cast to our third person character. So what this does, it will check for the third person character. That's all it's checking for. If anything else walks in there, it will do nothing. It'll only affect our third person character, and from there we want to copy. First of all, oh god, undo that. We want to copy and paste that so we have it down here as well. So this will end it once that thing walks out. Technically we don't want it to do anything, but that's fine. Let's now get our current health, and then we want to decide how much we want it to go down by. Basically, we want to subtract that by, let's say 5, and then what we want to do is then we want to set current health. So it's going to take whatever that figure is set at, it's going to minus off the 5 like so, and then it's going to reset that as whatever that is minus 5, and it'll set that. Then I want to do a branch, I've probably missed one current thing actually. Let's move this along. Let's create a variable and set this to is inbound, right? And then we want to set is inbound to true. Okay, and then we want to set this one down to not true. And then what we're going to do is then we're going to create a branch, okay, where if that is true, it will do that, okay, and then we want to basically check that is inbound again, and if it is true, we want to come back to here basically and retake health. We might add in a delay actually. We'll 1 second. We'll do a delay, and we'll do a delay of like 0.5. I think is fine, and then that can go into there, right? So it kind of does that basically, and this should work, I hope. Compile, play. Wait there. Have I actually put? Oh, it's very tiny. That's probably why. Okay, so it's in front of the ramp. Let's size this up a little bit. There we go. So we're in and it's not doing anything, so that's fine. Okay. So we overlap, we cast that to the third person, we set it to is inbound. And we say yes, that's true, and then we set the current health by -5. Let's just see if we can get it to do it like that just once. Okay, after doing a bit of investigation, I worked out what my issue was. I actually got it mixed up. The current health should be at the top and the max health should be at the bottom. Now when I go back to my third person character, again reset that back to 100, compile, and at the end click play, and then when I walk into this, it now does damage. So I know I'm taking damage basically. There we go, and that's how you do damage. To add health, just do the same. What we can do here is literally just duplicate, and we'll call give health BP, like so. Open that bad boy up, and instead of minusing, what we're going to do is plus 10. We'll do plus, oh no, we'll plus 10. So we'll do 10 and add that into current health. Get rid of the minus, that's not needed anymore for this one, and do like that. Compile, go back to the third person and drag a give health out. We can make it a bit bigger again, like so, and play. Now if we walk in here, we'll lose health, but if we walk in there, it'll give 10. There you go. Takes it again if you walk in and out. I can make it so that it basically repeats it. That's fine. All you got to do for that is do what I showed earlier. Go into the do damage. Let's we're going to do another branch up here. We're going to check if our character is still in the bounds. If true, we're going to do a delay of 0.2 is fine for this. You can set it to whatever you want if you want to do this. And then we're going to plug it back into here basically, so it just kind of goes in there. Compile. And then we'll play, and it should just keep taking it, and then you walk out, and you just do the same for the give health as well. So we'll just do a branch, add in are they in the band still, and again add in a delay, and then chuck that in there. Okay, and then you can make it slower if you want to, but that's fine. It'll just keep taking the health, and then if we walk in here, it'll just keep giving the health, and that's how we've tested our health. So now we have a working health system for our character. All we need to do is down the line add in if health hits 0, kill player, and we also want to do it as well later on down the line that if we put a clamp in on the health so that we don't over heal ourselves. But that's all something we can look at in a later episode. But we have a basic health system now, and we've also got a player HUD that's beginning to take place. Let me know if you want to see anything else in the next episode. I will be tackling crouching, sprinting, and stamina in the next episode. So thank you so much, guys, for watching, and I'll see you then. Bye.